Salvete omnes, and welcome to Caesar's Gallic Wars, Book 5, Section 41. When last we left Caesar, the Romans were strengthening their defenses against the enemy, the Nervi, and now we have Cicero and the Nervi meeting for a parley, and the Nervi are going to offer terms to Cicero. So let us begin. This is a long one. Tunc duces principesque nerviorum qui aliquem sermones auditum causamque amicitiae cum Cicerone habebat colloqui sese vela dicunt. Okay, so then the leaders and chiefs, the duces and principes of the Nervi, who, and then we have to go all the way down here to who had an approach auditum, or some approach, who had some approach for speech and a cause for friendship. So if you kind of see that there. So an approach of speech and a cause for friendship. With Cicero, they say that they wish to speak. So these princes who had this, some kind of an approach, a reason to give a speech and a sake for friendship, they say that they, accusative, subject to the indirect statement, wish to speak cum Cicerone, with Cicero. Facta potestate, ablative absolute here, with an opportunity having been given. Basically, they commemorant. They mention the same things, eadem, which Ambiorix had done when negotiating with Titurius. So they're basically repeating what Ambiorix says. They repeat or say that. Again, we're in an indirect statement here. They say that, and this is a lengthy one. They say that all of Gaul, omnem Galliam, accusative, esse, infinitive, indirect statement, is in arms, that all of Gaul is under arms or in arms, that the Germanos, that the Germans, had crossed the Rhenum, had crossed the Rhine. Okay, so subject to the indirect statements here in italics. That the winter quarters, Hiberna, remember hibernation, the winter quarters of Caesar and the rest are being attacked. The winter quarters, or were being attacked. Opugnare, passive infinitive here. Adunt etiam, they add also that about the morte Sabini, about the death of Sabinus, and they ostentant, and they point out Ambiorix for the sake of facienda fide, for the sake of showing their good faith. Remember causa here, plus the gerundive in the genitive, in order to express some sense of purpose for the sake of showing their good faith. They say that they, meaning the Romans here, it's a little bit complicated here, that the Romans are errare, are mistaken. If quidquam ab his praesidiis sperant, if they hope anything of support or protection from these people, who diffidant suis rebus, who are despairing of their own matters or of their own situations. However, Tamen, they say that they are of in hoc animo, are in this mindset towards Cicero and the Populumque Romano and the Roman people. They're of this mindset, the mindset that nihil nisi hiberna recuset aquae hanc inter veterascere consuetudinem nolent. They are of the mindset that they reject, recusant, nothing except the hiberna, the winter quarters, and they do not wish that this custom they have of wintering in Gaul, where the Romans are always there, that they do not want that this custom of wintering in Gaul, this custom hanc consuetudinem, become established. Okay. For themselves, as far as they're concerned, it is permitted for them to discedere, to leave safely in columnibus from the winter quarters. So per se, according to them, according to the Nervi, it is permitted for the Romans to leave the winter quarters and to set out proficisci into whichever parts, quascumque partes, they want. sine metu, without fear. Okay, let's remember though that we're getting this advice from an enemy. So they're saying you can go and do whatever you want. You can leave and go out of the winter quarters safely. Cicero now responds to them. Cicero responds only one thing to these words. He says that, again, anytime he's speaking, we want to expect that we're going to have an indirect statement. He says that it is not known esse from sum, it is not the custom of the Roman people, Populi Romani, to accept a condition from a hoste armato, from an armed enemy. Cicero only responds one thing to these words. Haec, remember here, a neuter plural. He says it's not the custom of the Roman people to accept a condition from an armed enemy. And he says if they want to leave from their arms, to discedere ab armis, that they say can use him, utantor, as a help, if they want to leave from their arms and use him as a help, and they can send legatos, envoys to Caesar. They should use him as a helper and send envoys or ambassadors to Caesar. That he hopes, sperare, that they will obtain impertraturos, whatever they are looking for, petierent, which is a little shortened form of petiwerent, because of or on behalf of Caesar's fairness. So this eos here referring to Caesar. Okay, so Cicero replies, listen, we're not going to accept any conditions from an armed enemy. If you want to put down your arms, you want me to help you, and you want me to send legates to Caesar or envoys to Caesar to try to figure out the situation and get what you ask for because Caesar is fair, then I'll do that with you. But otherwise, we're not negotiating with an enemy. And that is the end of 5.41. We will see you next time. Walete.